earned the right to hold it for a little bit, man. I won the game finally.
I'm not that type of champion who's a dick and doesn't let people hold the belt.
Bro, fucking everybody came out last night.
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
Cole and Daniel Bryanson.
I thought it was Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah, Bryan Danielson.
So this is the 80, and we're 20 seconds in, and we're gonna talk about anger.
Wait, what was this?
80.
Damn, I can't scream. I scream a lot like.
80!
80!
4 plus 4 plus 0!
Shout out to Rumble! 40 times 2!
Alright,
160 divided by 2!
yeah, this one's gonna be about anger.
And what about anger, man? Because
Oh, they just got put me out there like.
we all got anger issues.
Well, let's, okay,
Well, fuck Chris.
so obviously when
Well, I don't know if y'all do, but I do. I used to.
we used to what?
Maybe I still do. I just keep it in check and have anger issues.
Okay, I think we can all say we've all dealt with anger
Yeah.
issues, you know, if we're going to be mature. And we should talk about how our anger, no, I am good. Thank you. We're going to talk about how about we try to talk about where our anger comes from? Where we think it comes from?
DNA,
And
trauma,
the trouble it's gotten you in.
And
Then
environment.
you can go on about your stories that you were talking about
okay.
just now.
Okay.
All right, who's gonna start this?
So let's say where we think it comes from.
Yeah.
So I think like they, supposedly scientists say that trauma comes through DNA. And so does anger.
Mhm.
And so if we had a father trauma episode, our fathers had trauma
What number was
and
that?
anger. That was 74.
Shout out to episode 74.
Scientists say trauma is caused by DNA.
No, can travel through DNA. So that's kind of sci-fi, right?
Sounds retarded.
But I mean, please don't cancel my friend.
My bad.
But they say, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but also let's say environmental. Let's just say from what we know for sure, environmental. So if you grew up around a person that has a lot of anger, a lot of times you're gonna not know how to show that anger. Like my sister's boyfriend used to like break stuff, right? So did I. But what's funny is the cat last night. I was watching the cat, or the night before, and he got mad and he broke his plate.
Damn!
So my sister was like,
Monkey see, monkey do.
yeah, like, oh, I don't know how to express, like, because, it's a cat, and he can't say, oh, man, I'm hungry. So he broke it. Like, I've broken shit while he was there before. Like, sometimes I get so mad, I go to the backyard and just break some glass or some shit.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, bro. Because I've seen TV shows where, like, oh, it's good for you, but then at the end, it's like, it's not. You're breaking shit.
You're using violent tendencies to kind of calm something, or when you can't, you go nuts. You can't release that anger.
So it's not a healthy way to do it.
I mean, it can be, but it also isn't a healthy way.
Right.
It's good for maybe once when you're like really pent up, just destroy something.
But it's got to be your own shit. You can't be breaking other people's dishes and shit. That's
there are places that let you
Strict
break
OPP.
the shit. They'll give you like old televisions, old things that you can just bust up and destroy, get some
put on
get
some
anger
goggles
out.
and do it. But it's like a legitimate. You're paying for that thing
Yeah.
to break the shit.
So it's worth every handful or whatever.
I think every once in a while it's good because I know a lot of people who shoot guns. They tell me that when they go to the range, it really gets a lot of stress out of them. And they feel great afterwards.
It's the same way when boxers and MMA guys spar people. Like it's a way for them to kind of not even just spar, or just hit the heavy bag. It's a way of release because you're getting something to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be better to get like a bag, a punching bag.
Yeah, probably. Yes.
And breaking shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying like releasing that's not a good idea. It's a great idea. Just find more of a productive and creative way to do it. Some people use art. Some people use music.
For sure, I noticed I have to go to the restroom or something at work and then like breathe in through my nose and ground myself.
Breathing exercises, yeah, bro, yeah. For sure. That works good too.
Breathing helps and counting and shit.
For sure, that works good too.
So where do you think your anger comes from?
I think my anger comes from like I grew up as like I was pretty spoiled growing up. I was a favorite for a lot of my family members, and mom and grandma included. And like the other cousins and aunts and uncles knew that, so sometimes they would get but it wouldn't matter. I would always get my way, right? Trevino's always gonna get what he wants. At the end of the day, because everyone likes him, right? And that's probably where it comes from. Mine's getting my way. I'm just used to getting everything how I want, when I want it, this and that. And obviously once you go out into the world on your own, you start to realize that that's not how it's going to be every time. You know, you're not going to get your way every time. It's not always going to be in your favor every time. You're sometimes going to have to take a L. You're sometimes going to have to go do some work. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? That's growing humility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like we're not the favorites in the world like we are at home. So.
Yeah. So I think a lot of times I get angry at shit that doesn't go my way because I'm just so, you know, a part of me is just used to everything going my way. You know what I'm saying? But as you know, like I said, as you get more mature, you start to catch these things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the last episode, I talked about being a mind hunter, the Toltec. You know, remember the Toltecs? I said once you start to become aware of all those negative things in your head, it's your job to hunt them down in your head. You know what I'm saying? Be aware when they want to pop up, creep up on you like a cheetah in the tall grass. You know what I'm saying? Wants to creep up on you, like you're basically Pumbaa sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plump and juicy.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, that's my opinion. That's where I think my anger comes from.
To go back to what you said, or I guess your homie, whoever said that it could be DNA, it travels through the DNA or whatever. The only reason I said what I said is because, you know, I feel like, that's what happened to me.
No, I read it online.
Don't cancel me.
I read it online. Nobody told me this.
Well, I'm just saying.
Or maybe I heard it on Joe Rogan or something.
Well, I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, I guess. But the reason I say this is because my father, he isn't diagnosed with bipolarism, but he is bipolar as fuck. It's just,
Sure, like you read a book?
This
that sounds dumb, right? That sounds like you read a book.
No, like we've read symptoms, looked it up. He never wants to go to the doctor to get diagnosed for it.
Well, he probably has PTSD too. Well, I wonder about. I don't know. Well, we're not scientists.
You know what? Because we talked about the dad trauma. You weren't there, but the conclusion we all came to was that our dads were probably treated us a certain way. Because they were probably treated even worse growing up. You know what I'm saying?
That's where the anger comes from them. So, but it's like also like trauma.
But they also have that term with not PTSD, with bipolarism. That's what people want to define it as. So fine, you want to define it how it is.
Right.
But for me, the way I grew up when I figured this out was that it doesn't matter if they diagnose me with this or not. It's my job to be able to control how angry I get, how sad I get, how emotional I'll get through certain things. It's not a pill's job or a doctor's job to figure that out. That's my job. So when it came to my anger, you know, I would get mad at, when I was younger, I used to get mad at like a lot of shit. Just cause. You know, it just didn't make sense. And nobody could explain it to me. You know, it just didn't make sense to me. But eventually I had to learn to, you know, kind of calm that anger down myself. And it's either through sports or through, you know, just finding other outlets for it. You know, I've had to go through different outlets because sometimes, you know, boxing, it would help out with the anger, but it wouldn't help out with the other side of the emotions that I had.
Well, then you get injured too, shit. You gotta sit out for a while.
And then that's even worse, because now if you don't quell that side of you that puts you down a lot, if you don't conquer that demon, when you get hurt, it's a hell of a lot worse. Like, that motherfucker's just sitting there and just putting you down every minute that you get.
And then you're more likely to get hurt because you're all like pent up and.
And then when you're hurt, you're more likely to get hooked on shit like painkillers. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just talking shit to yourself the whole time already. You're already angry, so the painkillers help you somehow just relax and not have to feel that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get mad at myself. Like just losing shit in the morning. Just
oh yeah.
Where the fuck did you put it?
Bro, I'll be mad at work, bro. I'll be mad yelling at the boxes, punching them because, you know, I run into a box. Man, what the fucking box? You know, do your fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'll be fucking burnt.
Patients get tested whenever you have a family member that's addicted to fucking drugs.
Methadone.
Yeah.
You can only sympathy at a certain point. Run out of sympathy, and it turns to anger.
Oh, bro, it was bad with me because it's like you know, you don't ever want to put your hands on your family.
I mean, bro,
but it's you get put to that limit.
You literally live with the crackhead.
You know, and it's not easy.
This fool said he had to sleep with his wallet in his underwear at night.
No, it was underneath my pillow. Right.
Hey, I'm trying to make it more juicy.
Yeah, I
trying to make it better for the story. So it was in your butt crack, right?
That's the only
I had to Keisha stash this fucking money. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
because your brother's like in your fucking room while you're sleeping and steal your stuff.
Oh, he take my games. I would find, you know, my games start going missing. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then his excuse was like, bro, you only get like $2-3 for them games. Like, bro, it ain't your fucking games.
I know, bro.
But
I couldn't do nothing with
your anger gets tested a lot. So I had a lot of anger issues. It was all pent up because I didn't want to fucking take it out on him like that. I didn't want to beat his ass every time that shit happened.
You think you should have?
No. It doesn't help. You're not fighting him. You're fighting a demon within him with that addiction.
And that demon wants you to do that because then it gives
him weaker.
It allows the demon to say, look, they don't like you anyway. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
The ultimate goal, because I had this thought through meditation with the angels, or at least I believe it was the angels, is that you're fighting a demon that has your brother right now. You're not fighting him. You're fighting a demon, which is an addiction, attached to him right now. And his ultimate goal is to drain the life force out of your brother so bad and take his soul with him to wherever he's going to go. It's forever going to be with this demon if you don't, allow us to do your job, do your due diligence. And I know it takes a lot of patience. That's why we put it on you, because we know you can do this and we know that he can do this. The light will eventually shine. It'll either shine enough to where he can't see it, but it has to shine through his family, in a sense. God's going to shine that light. And even if y'all have to be the beacons of that light, then that's what it has to be. That's what I've had to be towards my brother. As much shit he's done to me, would I have ever turned his kids away? No. Would I have ever turned him away? No. It's that old saying, blood's thicker than water. And I couldn't be able to go up to heaven and tell my grandpa I didn't at least try it.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't.
Every time I hear that line, blood thicker than water, I was like, pounds better than quarters. I started thinking about that 2 Joint song.
Oh, yeah. I was listening to that.
Smoking 2 joints
but
while I'm... Okay.
That's where a lot of my anger came from, was the home life that I had, because it wasn't bad, but it was just dealing with the internal shit. It was just a lot for me to take in and not have any guidance on how to deal with it, because even my parents and I have, nobody had an idea how to deal with this. This is, something new. But when I found the outlets, I found out that even through boxing and shit, like, that wouldn't help out the other side of the anger emotion. The anger with yourself.
Right.
So
then how do you combat that?
You just start doing different shit.
You gotta, love yourself.
It's in a sense of, it's your own demon. But he's just that demon just to fuck with you. So you talk shit back to him, he's not gonna give a shit. It's kind of how I do it. Like, you call me a lazy piece of shit. Well, I'm gonna pick up these fucking weights. I'm gonna go fucking work out there. I'm gonna go run 3 miles then. Alright, fine. You call me lazy on the podcast. I'm gonna go do 3 hours of research and just sit there and learn about, Alexander Pozlovsky and
So it's like we all got that little anger demon, but it can be strong or weak, and we can make it all shriveled up and shit. Eventually, it'll just.
Yeah, that's how you take it. My anger's got me in a lot of trouble. I'm not gonna say I have control of it. It got me fired in my last job.
Yeah, I got fired a couple jobs because of anger.
And that's how you feed the demon, by giving it anger, by giving it, envy, by giving it, all these negative emotions. You feed it. It's like, yeah, that's right. Give me that shit.
It's the same way that how even before I lost my job, even at my job, I was still I felt I had pent up anger with these people. I felt disrespected. And it's like, fuck do you care for? You go home and you go in, make your money, you go the fuck back home. You shouldn't give a shit about what happens up here. Oh well, make your money, go the fuck home. You want to call him? Fuck him. But I didn't have that idea until after I got fired, and I had to be out of the job for a month. It's a humbling lesson too. But yeah, I've lost my cool. I've punched holes in walls. I've kicked the heavy bag enough to where I've had my shins bleeding.
Damn. I always use my fist. I never use my. Well, I've kicked stuff.
I have no feeling in my knuckles, bro.
Oh really?
None. Nah, if I don't know if I hit something hard because it'll start to itch. Yeah, it'll start to itch.
Yeah, bleed.
Maybe. But if it itches all day, then I know I have a fractured knuckle.
So is it okay to have anger?
Of course, that's what we always say. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be depressed. But you gotta say, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm depressed right now. But I don't plan to be sad. I don't plan to stay sad. I don't plan to stay mad. I don't plan to stay depressed. Right. I'm in a situation. You have to assess how it is. I feel depressed right now, and I don't want to feel this way in the future. So let me try to put together a plan for how to fix this. You know, instead of just lashing out, fueling that demon more by continuously, oh, I'm an idiot, oh fuck everybody.
You know what gets those demons easy? Sunlight. We get rid of them easy. Just go outside, go walk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The sunlight, you know, that demon can't show its head anyway.
Let's go smoke at your house, Chris, in your backyard.
Yeah.
Let's get some sunlight right now. Fuck this podcast. Nah.
Now I'm not saying do the whole David Goggins thing and go like walking when it's like 140 degrees outside. No. Be smart. Do like when it's like 80 or something.
I mean, yeah, if it's hot.
Probably
like
stand outside, but
for 5 minutes or something.
Don't overdo it, man. Come on, man.
Hey man, I'm just saying that's 140 degrees. It's just hot.
That'll make me mad. Heat makes me angry. It just triggers like when I'm hot and shit, like at work. Nah, but I control that at work too. I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, because like you've lost your job before. You know what I'm saying? So you know, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Beans.
Yeah, you know, I've yeah, you know, all the stuff that's come bad in my life is because of, you know, is when I would let my anger lead me, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, anger is a fire that does nothing but destroy. So after a while, you look around you, you're like, I've scorched everything. I'm alone. I burned all these bridges. I pushed everybody away. And that's where I was. You know, I was in a situation where I had no friends. You know what I'm saying? The girl I had finally got tired of my bullshit and left me. You know, because I was such an angry individual. You know, my mom was just like, I told you so. I told you to quit being so angry. And look at that. And I'm lonely, but I had to go through a depression too. I had to go through a long depression. I had to do a long soul searching. And you had to realize, well, see all this scorched earth around you? You did it. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to figure out a way to deal with it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's going to take a lot of humble pie. You know, you're going to have to go and apologize to people and, you know, man, you know, for me, it was manning up. You know, obviously, if you're a woman, you say, you know, you're woman up. You know what I'm saying? You be a real one. You know what I mean? You're gonna own up to what you did. No excuses. And be honest when you say that you're sorry if you're honest by saying you're sorry, that means you're not going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say to people. Don't apologize to me. Quit doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because don't apologize to me and then go do it again a week later and I'm like,
or to yourself. You apologize to yourself.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yeah, you know, you're the one who's in the cycle that you come back to me and apologize. You know what I'm saying? And that was me. You know, that was me for a while. I was not in a good spot. And yeah, like I said, you know, so you have to look around. If anger creates, if envy, if anger destroys, if sadness destroys, depression destroys, all these bad emotions they destroy, right? So what do? Yeah, you have to find the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta turn it into another energy.
So now we've located in our head, like I said, you gotta be a mind hunter. You've located those negative emotions. What do you do now? Okay, we have to go and figure out go find the good ones. You know what I'm saying? Because now that we know how the bad ones pop up, where they might creep around at, we know how to avoid that. But now we have to find a way to sort of, you know, in a way you kind of don't find the good, you have to create those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta be positive.
It takes work to be positive. It's easy to be negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, It's
easy. Like I know that I haven't had this feeling in a while because I haven't let myself get there. But I used to get this weird I guess it's adrenaline. When you get so angry, you let yourself slip into this kind of high. And then it's like, oh, you get so mad that you're driving crazy.
Some people call that the black goo, you know? Where just that black, you just feel with black.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah, the best way to explain it to you guys, you seem like a berserker, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go berserk, you know?
Yeah, and then I know that, like, probably like my
start doing stuff like yelling at retards, you know, yelling at your bosses and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, arguing and shit. Yeah, it's lit, man. But it's dangerous. It's not good.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. There might be maybe
unless you're like in a war.
Even then, what the fuck?
Well, is it adrenaline? I'm wondering what it is.
What?
Well, you decide what to do with that energy.
How you were feeling at that moment? I mean,
no. There's this I get like this. You get like a high, bro. It's weird. It's gotta be.
You taking the energy and like turning it into something bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you completely said, "Take me, anger." You know what I'm saying? So everything's anger, you know, like when you get high and you're relaxing, you're just focusing on this weed, you know, it's like you're focusing on the high. Mm-hmm. Well, when you're angry, the high is the opposite. Instead of relaxing you and calming you down, you just get more angry, more hot. You just get more start blaming more people. You know,
yeah, bro. The only way to let go just let it go of anger is because you can't control everything. And
you have to get it out. Like, for example, there have been times where, like, my wife will tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've felt a certain way, and, like, I tell her I'm dealing with it. I'm trying to not let it consume me, not let it turn me angry, right? I have to control it. So sometimes ranting to her just about how I feel about it is like, just, it gets it out. You know, because now I'm able to observe it. But see, I did it in a healthy way with my wife around, nobody else, right? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So now I've taken that anger, whatever, that ball of anger, and now I can look at it because I just said all those things. And here, so now you said them. How do you feel? What if that person was right there? Would you still feel like, oh yeah, I'm glad I said that shit? No. The more that time passes, once you get it out, you realize, damn, I can't believe I had that evil inside me, bro. I was thinking horrible thoughts about people. I was negative, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely not good. You know what I mean?
It was thoughts that once you put it out there, you're like, oh, okay, it was some trash thoughts.
I definitely don't need these thoughts. I definitely don't need these feelings.
Because you can go to work refreshed.
Yeah.
Something about
especially if you, like I said, I always have to, you know, a lot of people say they want to forget when they fuck up, or they want to forget about the bad times. I bookmarked in my head that feeling of looking around and just realizing, like, I scorched everything. I have no one. I have nothing. Just my ugly ass, who's just a loser, got no game, you know what I'm saying?
You forget those things and then it was for nothing.
Yeah,
you gotta
forget. So I always bookmark that. So when I'm about to get mad, when I'm about to say some shit that I probably shouldn't say, that I might regret later.
Like, I remember this.
I remember. Like, chapter. You know what? You want to be alone again? No, just shut the fuck up. That's sometimes what it takes, to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how you can control anger. Stop and think.
Don't let it control you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why anger rhymes with danger.
Yeah.
And stranger.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
What about you? How will you deal with your anger?
Well, the herb helps, but definitely the breathing.
Crutches, no.
The breathing. I talked about the breathing.
But you realize that a lot of the weed can become a crutch instead of a tool.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, but yeah, when I'm at work, breathing, I use crystals. I just use, you know, I look outside. Luckily, there's like green around.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like meditating. I go to my car on my lunch break. Like, all right, I need to take a quick nap, power nap. Sometimes you're just tired. Sometimes you're just hungry. So having snacks.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just like,
healthy snacks keep me more positive, more able to bounce negative shit off, so that I don't get angry, even if there's anger around. Water, real cold water and shit, like just little things that I'm like, okay, if I'm ready, if I got everything in my backpack, everything I need, then there's no reason for me to be angry.
All right, but what do you do when anger pops up though? What do you do when you wake up and you're late and you didn't prepare your bag and
then you're like, well, at this point, I'm gonna be late. It's out of my control.
Yeah, it took me a while to get that to that point. Like, okay, I'm already gonna be late. Don't be late and mad. You know what I'm saying?
What's the point of that?
Yeah, I'm already late. Just accept that and don't be a dick. And you know what? Me and my wife had to figure out with each other that, because there were times where she'd be in a hurry and then, you know, you kind of start taking out, you know, I would do the same thing. I would kind of like be a little bit of an asshole, like, oh, you know, I gotta go again, I'm in a hurry. Just kind of trying to almost blame the other person for your bitch ass not waking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, like, you gotta check yourself, bro.
Start doing karate against each other.
I took this mindset when I was a senior in high school, bro. It was like, well, I'm already late to school. Might as well not go hungry. So I text my homework, like, hey, you want something to eat? And stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. You might as well eat.
I did.
And then, and just try to figure out how to not to let that happen again. Do everything you can to not let that happen again. And then if it happens again, I mean, there's things that are just out of your control. You gotta let that shit go.
Yeah, you gotta let go. You can't control.
You gotta be like a filter, like the teeth of a whale. And just get the krill. Just get the ill, but let all that bullshit just...
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a weird way to put it. It's a better way to put it, too.
Wait, okay, let's go back to before that. I was going to say something about what you said.
Anger rhymes with danger.
Nah, way after that. Literally, we just said it for the whale.
Before the whale. What was I saying, bro? Oh, like I need. So if I don't have the things that I want, like if I don't have if I'm still hungry, I'm just like,
oh yeah,
I've been in this situation before.
I know what I was gonna say.
Just control yourself. Just don't communicate as much. Keep yourself, and if somebody, and just be honest.
What
Yo, I'm faint right now. I'm hungry.
The question.
So just let them know straight up. Hey, yo, I'm hungry right now.
The question I have to ask right now, and I have to ask. The question I ask myself when I'm feeling angry is like this, or panicked, or anxious, or whatever. Is like, can I control? Is there something I can do right now about the situation?
Right.
No,
right.
Then you need to not worry about it.
Yeah. Because
worrying about it is no point. So, for example, if I have to go somewhere soon, there's no point in me stressing about it for weeks before I got to do it, because then I worry twice for nothing. Sometimes more than that for nothing. It's gonna come either way. Might as well face it when it comes. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like one
you just waste the energy.
Yeah, like one thing this old man told me when I was younger. He was like, it's like when you see a storm coming. He's like, you don't run from it. There's no running from it. You have to face the storm. He's like, you got to face it like a man, because it's gonna take you either way. He's like, you might as well learn to stand up to it and just cower. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Unless
like,
it's like a tsunami or something, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
then
you
want
face it.
Get you a surfboard.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, like in certain, I don't know what country it is,
but that's what he means. Instead of cowering, if there's a wave coming, go look for a fucking surfboard, bro. Try something, don't just face, don't just
take it.
Yes, don't just allow this thing to consume you, and just no, bro. Try to.
There's a way to make a boat.
Bro, yeah,
bro.
Find something to float on. Yeah, bro.
Prepare yourselves.
It's probably been like 45 minutes.
I'll tell you one good thing that came out of the anger that I had. That ended in the result of me getting mad or me getting fired. Me and my dad hadn't spoken in years. We really had a conversation. We go on vacation the following week when I get fired. We have a conversation, and I'm thinking after he finds out, I'm thinking like, damn, bro, he's gonna be pissed or whatever. And I'm like, whatever. It's just
more dad trauma to come.
It is what it is. But nah, like we still had a good conversation. We were still talking to each other. And then when he found out that I had the other job, he was just like, oh, well, he was really happy.
Yeah. You see why? Because like Homeboy said, he didn't just allow himself to wallow in like, I'm fired, my life is shitty, I'll never. He went in. There's a storm here. I gotta get up off my ass, bro. I gotta find myself a pedal.
He told me, but without him knowing it, he was the one that gave me the advice of how long I should give my other job to give me my job back before I started looking for somewhere different. And he was like, I waited 2 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks. I went out with no pay, no job, no work, and I waited and waited. And finally, I was like, after 2 weeks, I was like, fuck it, he ain't calling me. We'll go find somebody else. And that's where he found his World Trade Center job.
Waiting like a Mexican at the depot.
And he said, fuck it. He took the job and he went on about his business.
That's
Yeah. So that's what he saw after we had that conversation. That's what I did. I gave like 2 weeks after that. I was like, all right, fuck this. I can't sit around and not do shit. I can't go on unemployment.
That's when
some people call that. Some people call that ego and being stupid and being too prideful. To me, it's kind of like I just don't feel like I need to.
To what? Wait.
Go on unemployment.
Oh. From the government.
Yeah, fool.
Yeah. It's not necessary.
Turn to a Section 8 individual.
I feel like I don't need it.
Section
I could use it. It could help.
I'm healthy. I can work.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Job.
I understand people who do it.
Right.
Maybe not all, but most that get on it. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like because I can work, I can make money.
Yeah, I feel you.
But that was one good thing that came out of that anger is the relationship with my dad. It got better. For some odd ass reason, it got better.
He saw you as a man.
Yeah, because his dad saw him go through some strife, some legit man strife. You know what I'm saying? And he got himself out of it. He didn't run to mama. He didn't run to the government. He didn't run to me. You know what I'm saying?
You solved it, and then you told your dad about
it. He did. Also his dad. In the back of his dad's mind, he probably was like, you know what? I mean, I know Romo probably didn't think of this, but he probably said to himself, and he didn't try to go sell drugs either. You know what I'm saying? Like my other son did.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this one is actual work.
Patient.
The other one is the one that didn't want to be, who wanted to go.
I was about to say, being on the your passport.
You know what I'm saying?
Bolivia.
Going to Mexico.
Yeah.
Gonna try to get the plug.
Come back and I'm a fucking leader somewhere.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I think they just kill you. I don't know.
Nah, I'm there in and out of America. What you mean?
Yeah.
That's a good 30 minutes.
Anger. Oh, I was gonna say, dad and anger.
Oh man, I also got a completely funny story too with anger. Okay, He has the evidence for this. Okay, there's at least like what 2 or 3 of them controllers that I have.
Oh yeah.
All the broken controllers.
Okay. I had to completely stop playing sports games online. I still play them, but I'm not playing, online. I may play a friend or whatever, but I'm never playing online again.
Is it because they talk shit?
It's no. It's not because they talk shit. It's because they talk shit
and they lose.
And then you lose.
Or I'll lose.
It's like playing chess.
And
but they talk real mad shit.
Yeah, man, these motherfuckers like, come on, bitch, move that queen. You ain't gonna do shit.
And it's not censored, bro. Like, people aren't PC
no,
up there,
bro,
right?
And then they check you.
You can
report
them and shit, but they ain't gonna do shit.
Insert expletive, insert racist here, insert blah, 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 insert gender.
It's some locker room shit, right?
Oh, bro, it's bro. If these kids are sensitive about how people talk to them outside of school, inside of school, I'm like, bro, get on a Modern Warfare 2 game lobby back in like 2008 to 2010, I guarantee you most of these kids will be crying on these mics.
Think a lot of kids are not as sensitive as the mainstream media.
Yeah, some of these kids, because these kids grew up in the internet comment era. You know what I'm saying? They've read the most savage shit. They've all at least
probably worse than what we do.
Yeah, they've all at least one time or another gotten punked and they've had to eat that shit up.
My nephew, bro, I feel like these kids are a little bit smarter though.
That's why they're so chill.
Yeah, they're like, everybody gets like ripped.
Some are, and then like my nephew, he's just smart.
We got a live caller here on the iPod. Let's see what they got to say.
I know, right? What's your question? What are you gonna do? Ask Vito part 2.
Like my nephew's just a straight smartass.
Like, do that make you angry?
Oh hell yeah!
Kids and anger, that's a whole nother kind of anger, bro. It's like you got different. Let's say the part of the brain.
But see, look, if you let a kid make you mad in the end, then you get punked out.
Yeah, I did. I gotta go buy McDonald's and shit because I fucking yelled at him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta remove yourself from the situation sometimes.
But when I try to be a smart ass back to him, it's even worse because he's so quick with his remarks.
He eviscerates you, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I know he can survive on these mics. When he's on the game lobbies and shit.
Right. For real. Shout out to the old motto.
I'm just waiting for the first time that he cusses. He don't cuss. I'm just waiting for the first time I catch him on that mic. Like, you can eat a dick or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's real restraint. To not cuss and know how to cuss.
He hates it when I do. Because look, he's witnessed me take my controller after I lost a game in Madden because I missed a fucking field goal or some shit. And I took this controller and I just threw it straight on the fucking ground. And then, it still worked, but...
Shit, I threw my Nokia cell phone like that one time because of my girlfriend. It's like, you dumb bitch. And it still worked too. I just switched the case.
It was just a little cracked on the side of it. Then there was another one where I threw it down on the table and...
Broke the whole table.
Nah. I damn near broke the whole controller.
Damn.
I did this multiple times with multiple controllers.
I always knew controllers were fucking expensive, so I never broke a controller.
See, I found out how expensive PlayStation 4 controllers were when I started breaking them. And then I was like, fuck.
Like $60, right?
Yeah.
I saw this thing where
you want a good one, it's almost like 70, 80. Yours was like 70.
Damn.
4. Yeah.
Damn. I saw this thing that it's like a rubber bubble ball, and you put the controller in there, you put your hands in there, and when you get mad, you can throw it, and it just bounces and shit.
Don't tempt me, Chris, because then I'll start getting back into Madden. That's not a good idea.
Alright, don't do it, bro. It's probably like
I've been seeing like how some people, when they play online, like they'll stream Madden and shit, bro. It's so funny. It's just so funny, especially when they get mad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, that's how I was.
Yeah. So does anything make you get angry, and what makes you angry with drivers in traffic? I get angry or a little irritated when they don't use their signal.
Yeah, when they don't use that little thing that indicates to me that you're coming into my lane, or
about to
moving
park
out of my lane, or you're about to park. It's a little thing that they have on the left-hand side, sometimes on the right. But there's so
even if you don't have those lights. There's a way you can, you stick your arm out and be like, hey, I'm going to go this way.
Then go fix your fucking lights. That's the ticket.
Are we still in the anger episode?
Yeah. We're talking about what makes you angry when you're driving.
I'm trying to tell a story of yeah, bro, just use your fucking blinker. That's what pisses me off the most.
Yeah, bro, I can't stand people who, man, bro, you could be the highest girl in the world, and if we're driving together, and if I see you changing lanes, not using your blinkers, turning, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, that's probably the last time I kick this girl, bro.
Or when they do one of those crazy like multi-lane things,
you know
without
what?
stopping and then going
bad driving habits is bad. Is my main pet peeve, bro. I can't stand this shit.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I can't stand
intense.
No, it is, bro. It's fucking.
Yeah, I had to learn how to calm down in the car too, cause like my dad had, he used to have anger driving. What's it called? Road rage.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had some of that shit, and I've been in accidents, and he's been in accidents. And yeah, you gotta cut that shit out if you want a long life expectancy.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Especially here now when everybody's got concealed carry.
Shout
Well,
out to
Arizona, Texas. Gonna be a bunch of false flags they're gonna try and do now.
Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
They're gonna say, look what happens to those guys who land that shit in their state, man. They're gonna still shoot.
But yeah, they're still moving over here. Their ideas, they're trying to change Texas. Like, we don't want it. We're good.
Nah, bro, you don't change Texas.
Austin is weird enough as it is.
You go to Austin over there in the city. Yeah, in the city, everything's shitty.
They're trying to do that to Dallas.
They can try to do it to Houston. I don't know how well that works out.
I think Dallas, we still got some real in us, but they're trying, bro.
They can try, yeah.
Texas is all together, but we have way more like little counties and shit than we have the four big cities, you know? San Antonio, Dallas, Houston. There's all these tiny little counties and shit that make it arrested.
I guess another thing.
Damn, then we just smoke?
No.
Like
40 minutes ago.
40 minutes ago, damn.
I guess another thing that me being young, I had to learn to calm down is political opinions. I don't give a fuck about political opinions at all. That's like the main thing in my young.
I have to take my opinion out of that.
Yeah.
For me, it's not so much I can shut the fuck. I learned how to shut the fuck up, but it's having to listen sometimes to other people be so like hardcore, and I just want to be like, Joe, just shut the fuck up, you know? But you can't. Even though I don't want to take any sides, they'll take it as oh, you're taking that side, that's why you're mad. And,
exactly.
They're not going to understand that, no, I'm just mad because you need to just shut up. I don't care about hearing about your politics in this public area, especially at work or something, right? Just go shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, being pigeonholed, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, so if you shut up a person who happens to be talking good about the current president, they'll say, oh, you must have liked the old president better, right? And I'm like, bro, see, they just want to pick a fight. This is what everybody wants to argue. That's exactly why it's not worth speaking up. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna change anyone's mind a fucking inch. Everyone already has their own opinion set in stone. You know what I'm saying? So there is no point in me engaging in any discussion
unless they're like, hey, I'm curious about what you think.
Even then, I'm like, why you in my business? You know?
Yeah.
But that kind of sucks that we can't like debate anymore like Plato and
we can, but it's just they're not teaching.
Bro, they ended up killing him. They didn't like that shit either. He was too real. He was talking about what was going on behind closed doors with the government and shit, like how the rich were the ones fucking over all the poor. And then what they do? They said he was preaching blasphemy to the young kids. You know, they
heresy.
They basically try to say that he's over here corrupting minds when it's the fact that we live in a corrupt state. You know, that's the problem.
He didn't help his own case too when he spoke up.
Yeah, his own stupid ass. You know, he got flippant. He was like, yeah, so what? Yeah, and you basically try to get flipped. The word flippant means when little kids get all sarcastic with you, and there's no way around it.
His ego.
It's like, bro, you're smarter than everybody in this fucking town, but yeah, your ego had to let everybody know how much more clever you are. And if he would have shut the fuck up, he would have gotten an easier sentence. Wouldn't have gotten killed. Maybe exiled, but you stay alive, you keep on writing, keep on preaching.
Nah, he just had to talking shit.
Yeah, you just had to, bro. And that's what got Plato gone, bro. That's what got a lot of people gone, you know? Yeah. But at the same time, should you shut the fuck up? No. You know, but he did pick a time and a place, you know? By the way, I'm high. That's not Plato, that's Socrates. In the Hemlock. This guy we're talking about is Socrates. But that's basically what ended up happening to him.
I didn't know he was killed either.
Yeah, we found that out in the trial course. It's crazy.
That's interesting.
Alright, let's wrap it up.
I guess in the end,
it doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't even matter about political. Unless y'all can have a calm, civil conversation, which is highly doubtful.
Yeah, bro, look, be honest with yourself. If one of your triggers, mine hunters, if one of your triggers is politics, just stay the fuck away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Have your opinion,
know your triggers.
Yeah.
And go vote and do what you gotta go do, but try not to get into the argument. If they're not willing, like, let's say, meet up at a coffee shop, just have a cup of coffee and just talk, I don't think it's worth it.
Right.
Because you can't, I mean, how are you gonna get mad at a coffee shop? In a coffee shop.
Episode 80 in the can.
80. Peace.
Yo.